So the thing I really want you to understand about this is that the map that you operate from, right? Like I want you to literally think about if you were holding up a map and you were looking at a map and you were trying to now navigate your way through a particular terrain, right? A particular mountain range or on a hike, or, you're now going to a particular destination. The map itself, the piece of paper, right? And a piece of paper, like it's in your head, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, like all of the things that you think about and feel, they are just representing the territory or in what is actually happening, right? So that's why I talk a lot about like your reality is not actuality. There's a big difference. And a lot of people misunderstand like states of consciousness. Like as a master NLP practitioner, like I was, one of these individuals who thought that like, states of consciousness were the states that we find ourselves in when we, react to something or when we anticipate something and we like get into a happy state or negative state, and that we can change these states at will with, very intentional processes and things from an NLP perspective. Now, from a Neville perspective, when most people hear the word state, right, just like I did, they think it means that it's some type of emotional like change of state. Because we, as an NLP practitioner, I used to get taught how to help you change your state. So I don't think Neville was really referring to these transitory states of like emotion that we can often find ourselves in. In fact, I think the states of consciousness were more of what I call an identity level state of being, right? Like who you are literally being, which I talk a lot about in my other videos, like your self-concept, your like the being that you think you are without even actually thinking. Like it's not even accurate to say that you think you are. You don't even know that you think that this is who you are, right? Because you just think that this is who you are. You don't question it. You don't assume anything about it. You don't ask any questions about it, right? Which is why in a lot of my work, I talk a lot about like asking questions to unlock a lot of the limitations and the blockages and the limitations energetically that are preventing you from manifesting anything in any area of your life with greater ease and speed and consistency. And this is why it's really important to understand that like the map, okay, the representation, the representation, when you are representing back, what you think and feel about external reality, which is not actually reality, it's actuality. It's just happening. Like people are saying things, people are doing things. And so the map, this is kind of like NLP language, the map is not the territory. Your reality is not actuality. In actuality, what is actually happening, right, is that you are pure source energy that has come into a soul state that is now starting to differentiate its energy, right? Like, and you're starting to, right, experience yourself as a self, right? So this is where self-concept, this is where the level of identity, I often talk about like high leverage points of change. Identity is a very high leverage point of change. And I believe what Neville was really referring to with states of consciousness were really identity level, like positions and ways of being that we access and operate from largely unconsciously.